Hello my darlings, hope you're doing very well. In today's video I am looking at another Reddit subreddit, which is r/age tattoos. I hope I'm on the right one. I've had a couple of comments saying there is a subreddit where people post their fresh versus healed tattoos and people are interested to, have a look at them and see what my opinions are, and we're just going to look and discuss the usual shindig. I'm excited to see this because obviously, like I say in, most videos, that tattoos never look the same as they heal. Line work isn't as crispy. It ends up getting a little bit thicker, blurring out. Obviously, saturation from a fresh tattoo to a healed one, and then later on down the line, like years later, that sort of diminishes over time, and that's just due to aging, sun damage, what your job is. Like, there's so many different things that can affect your tattoo. And of course, we're all different, we're all made differently and stuff like that. So tattoos are interesting in that space of things. I don't know, I find it kind of interesting. Like how the skin works, how everyone's different. And that's another thing that makes, tattoos interesting in my opinion. So yeah, we're on this subreddit. I've had a couple of comments on my other Reddit pages where people have said just do the top of all time, because then we'll see like the best of the best or the worst of the worst. So I've done that. I've done top all time like that. The first one we've got here is gorgeous, like 10 out of 10. So this is over 4 years healed. We have this sort of Japanese style tattoo here. I've always said that the Japanese style tattoos aren't really my most favorite, but lately I'd say over the past few months I've grown to love it more and more, mainly because a lot of them are quite bold and saturated, and that is definitely, one of my favorite things about tattoos. But as you can see here, we've lost a little bit of saturation and definition. Like the line work isn't as crispy and thin, as it was over here. But all in all, there isn't really much changes going on here. So I would definitely say this is a very well done and very well healed tattoo as well. It looks like it's been looked after. There doesn't seem to be any fading in places especially where the sun hits a lot, which would be like this area here. You can sometimes get a bit of like patchiness going on over there, but it seems to have healed pretty nicely in my opinion. So we have this one here, which is bold will hold 2 years. Now, of course, I will always stand by the statement of bold will hold because I'm biased and that's my kind of style. Again, this is of course only 2 years, so this person may have this tattoo for many years, but again it looks like it's holding up very well. The line work doesn't seem to have changed too much as well. Like it seems to be the same kind of thickness. We've lost a little bit of saturation in the rose, but then that could be photo quality and lighting. That obviously can change a lot, but the colours seem to have stayed the same. A lot of people say that yellows don't last that long, and yellows are normally like the first colour to sort of fade when you're talking like 20-30 years here. I have a yellow skull right here. I don't know, how old is this now? Ooh. I got it in 2018 and it's still pretty damn vibrant. Like it's still doing bits, but again, it's only, can't do maths, like it can't be, is it 5 years old? 2018, 2020, no, 4 years. It's nearly 4 years. Okay, so this is a 2-year-old tattoo. I think I've seen this before. Yep, I have seen this before. So this is the complete opposite of the other tattoos we have witnessed. This is obviously a very fine line, high detail tattoo. I think this is some kind of anime tattoo. Again, as you know, I'm not into anime, unfortunately. Like, I'm very uneducated on that front. So yeah, it's very high detailed, but a few things I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of. When you get tattooed on your like shoulder area, if you're out in the sun a lot and you have your shoulders out, sun damage is, it's a nuisance for tattoos. So there could be a bit of that because there's a lot of saturation loss here. Obviously, line work has expanded a bit, which it does do. This is why I always say, micro tattoos, when they're done in so small, compact areas, that they don't heal right, they don't age right, is because they don't have enough room to grow and expand with your body and the way they heal. And we can see that right here. I know there has been quite a bit of debate as to whether this is the same tattoo, but it all kind of matches up. You know, like everything is pretty much the exact same, you know, when it comes to colours, because some people have said that this could be a copy or whatever, but I definitely believe it's the same tattoo. So this says, my 2-year-old, and oh my god, here we go. Anubis tattoo done by Firebirth at Ink River Tattoo Shop, Ruse, Bulgaria. So the first session is the outline. Great outline there, nice and thick and bold. You got a little bit of shading going on there as well. I'm glad more was done to this tattoo. Like, I don't want to be shady or whatever, but this kind of just looks a bit like, you know, like an average tattoo, nothing spectacular. Second session, now obviously this photo quality is terrible. It's so dark. It's a bit like, I don't know what's going on here. If you're going to take pictures of your tattoo, lighting is key. And obviously not everyone has access to, you know, big filming lights that I use. I've seen, well, most tattoo artists that I've been tattooed by now have ring lights or big softbox lights just to get that perfect photo for Instagram. But if you don't have lighting, just stand in front of a window. That's the best natural lighting you can get. Here's the tattoo 2 years later. It's kind of hard to compare, like, when it was done to now. I normally really like dark, heavy tattoos, but I feel like it's maybe a little bit too dark, you know? But all in all, like, the quality is good. Okay, so here we have a bumblebee tattoo, I'm going to assume. This is June 2019 versus June 2020, so this is a year old. We've lost a little bit of shaping, and I don't know, there's something weird about the face going on here. It looks completely different, but then it could be the angle that the photo has been taken at. As for the rest of the tattoo, it actually seems to be healing up very nicely. We've lost a little bit of definition in this antenna, is that what they call it? Like the little feelers. That's kind of dissipated a little bit there, and this has kind of evaporated a little bit towards the end there, but everything else seems to be doing okay, you know, which is kind of shocking. But again, this is only a year old. This person will have this tattoo for possibly many years, so 1 year is nothing in comparison, but so far it's doing pretty well. Okay, we have a watercolor tattoo, 7 years old. So we have 2014 when it was done, which is fresh, 2017, which is 3 years later, and now this is what it looks like in 2021. A lot of people do shit on watercolor tattoos because there isn't anything sort of holding the fort down when it comes to the color outside of the lines. You know, it's just color with nothing, you know, giving it structure. But this seems to be doing pretty dang well. The saturation is still there. The red is still very vibrant. We've lost a little bit of like the warmness here, so that looks a lot more like yellowy and orange. Here it's kind of like yellow, orange, red. The gradient from there and there seems to have disappeared a little bit maybe, but again, it could be lighting as well. It's really hard to judge something when two photos are quite different with the light, because this is quite a dark photo, then this has obviously been taken in front of like a window or something. The green seems to change to blue though. That's kind of interesting. Again, it could be due to lighting or whatever, but it's consistent here, and then it's just all of a sudden blue, which is kind of weird. Oh, this is a cute one. This is a Fresh versus Healed, 1.5 years. Now, with this kind of fine line, all is good. You've got a lot of negative space there. It looks like it's kind of a decent size. So even as this tattoo ages more and more and more as the years go on, you've got enough room around the tattoo and inside of the tattoo for everything to grow. But if this was like minuscule and there was a lot more detail all up in here, oh, it would not become readable after a few amount of years. Okay, so we have a fine line tattoo, aged 3 years. So we got, this is adorable. This is so freaking cute. So we've got like a high detailed bunny tattoo. This is a decent sized tattoo in my opinion, so even as it ages, I hope it looks okay. Fingers crossed. Is it gonna look okay? Oh, it's still so freaking cute. I love this. It's looking really damn good. Oh, this is interesting. So 3.5 years, hand poke tattoo, no machine used. Okay. So this is what it looked like fresh. I love this a lot. This is a gorgeous sternum tattoo. I'm all about it. How does it look healed? Pretty damn good. We've lost a little bit of saturation in the dot work area. It was a little bit darker before, but as it was hand poked and it's more dot work, it's not as intense, you know? For the claws to still have a negative space in there, that's kind of impressive, because I kind of thought the negative space in between the line work might have just closed up a little bit there, but it's doing very well. Oh, this is so freaking interesting. So this isn't a fresh versus healed, this is just aged. But this is my 83-year-old dad's tattoos. Oh man. Now back when this person possibly got his tattoos, you know, it was mainly just traditional, American traditional tattoos in the sort of Western side of things. Maybe a bit of tribal, bit of black work, but for the most part it was traditional. And this pretty much just shows this tattoo could be what, 60, 50, 40 years old maybe, depending on when the person got the tattoo. This is an aged tattoo. So people showing, you know, 2 years healed, 3 years healed, 4, 5, 6, whatever. It's nothing. That is absolutely nothing in comparison to the 50, 60, 70 years that a person could possibly have a tattoo. So it's very interesting to see. And this is a bold traditional tattoo, which has the reputation of holding up the longest. So if you imagine a very high detail tattoo blurring out all of that jazz as much as this, oh boy. We're going to see a lot of interesting things on older people when we all get older, you know? So we have one here, 2 10-year-old tattoos by same artist, one with sun exposure and one without. So yeah, for this one at the bottom, I'm going straight to this one. This again is on the shoulder area, which I was saying, like if you're in the sun a lot, your tattoos can fade. And this tattoo has definitely felt the effects of sunlight. And this one has apparently not been in the sun, and the tattoo has aged really, really well. But this shows that sun care is so important. Please wear your SPF and protect your tattoos. Wear the highest SPF that you want to. I always say 50, because, you know, you end up with nice tattoos down the line. Okay, this is an interesting one as well. This has changed dramatically. So this says my wolf tattoo left is 2017, right is today 2020. We have lost quite a lot of detail within the flowers here. They are very clean. But this is what happens when you have too much, too little close together. There is not enough breathing room here at all. Like, it's very dark over here. We've lost, like, you can still kind of see the flowers, you know. But again, this is only 3 years. If we take into account what it's going to look like when it's 20 years old, 30 years old, you know, it's going to drastically change even more. And oh my goodness. So you've got I'm not sure what this is, but this over here is just like, bye. It's gone. And yeah, we've lost a lot of the detail in here, which is kind of sad. I'd imagine if this was done bigger, more spaced out, it would have been a nice tattoo healed. Oh, okay, I'm interested in this. A couple months ago, I posted about my rose tattoo fading and got advice on getting it outlined. Well, I was able to do just that, and I think it's healed beautifully. Thanks again for the advice, everyone. So this is September 2020, and then this is November 2020. Huge improvement. That has improved the tattoo a lot. So what I would say we had here was a high realism, possibly maybe watercolor rose tattoo, but the outline here has definitely defined the tattoo a lot more, and then the tattoo will look a lot better as it ages. So I think that's a good idea. You know, if you ever want a tattoo that is kind of very high detailed or a lot of watercolor, you still have the option down the line, if you want to go back and add outlines should it end up not healing great or not aging great, or it's just not something you like anymore. So there's always options. Oh, I am interested. Not my ink, but this Sailor Jerry tattoo, aged 53 years. Really cool to see. So here we have a back piece tattoo. Now, of course, this is a very old tattoo. Tattooing has come such a long way within 53 years. Sailor Jerry tattoos were considered, you know, top tier tattooing back in the day. So if I was to see a back piece like this now, I'd be like, oh God, what happened? Like, a lot of it is good, but it's the body proportions. Like, I have a wide rib cage myself, but that is a wide rib cage, you know? And everything's just a little bit, you know, misshapen here and there. The rest of it seems to be pretty good though. Like the shark and the background and all of that is pretty good. Anyway, let's see what it looks like aged after 53 years. Wow. Holy cow. So there's a few things we need to take into consideration here. Obviously 53 years ago, the ink, tattoo ink isn't what it is now. So that could be a whole factor. Techniques aren't what they are now. That's another factor. Again, this is on someone's back. There is a chance that there is a lot of sun damage happened here. A lot of saturation has gone. The reds are gone. The yellows are gone. And a lot of the detail is also gone. Like, there is absolutely no detail in the portraits anymore, just the outline. The blue has stayed and the black has stayed, which doesn't surprise me. I love seeing this, but again, this is 53 years old. Not 2, not 3, not 5, 53. It's so awesome to see this. Oh, this is interesting. For anyone wondering how finger tattoos age when you work in a kitchen, August 2020 versus April 2021, 9 months. Damn. That is a huge difference. So like I was saying, with tattoo healing, there's a lot that affects how they heal, especially hand tattoos. Like if you're someone that uses your hands a lot, like a chef, you're going to have problems because you're constantly washing your hands, constantly using them, you know. So if a person who doesn't use their hands that often, say someone in an office job and all they do maybe is typing and that's about as much as they do with their hands, this tattoo may have lasted longer. This is why it's just, I don't know, it fascinates me so much. But I know from experience, getting this area of your fingers tattooed is quite tricky. It can take a few touch-ups. I have a couple of tattoos up in that area. Like the simple line work and what have you seems to stick for me. I have this dagger tattoo here, and some of the detail has come out of it and what have you. But yeah, finger and hand tattoos are pretty tricky all in all anyway. Oh dear, oh no. So this is Fine Line Colour Portrait, 3 months old. Oh boy, that's gone, really, isn't it? Like that, you've lost a lot there. The cup, the detail difference is insane. Like you had a white highlight there, you had some dimension, gone. Details in the face, gone. Can't even tell that this portrait is holding up a gun. You can't even tell that this portrait over here is swearing. Can't even see the script anymore because that says girl power. Gone. Vanished. There's just not enough black here to withhold this tattoo. The colour palette isn't very contrasting, like the top compared to the skin colour. There's nothing there to differentiate the portrait. Like at least here we have like blue, orange, green. Here it's all just, yeah, and then you have the grey hair. I don't know, that mess. Absolute mess. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. I had a lot of fun looking at these fresh versus heal tattoos. Definitely a huge difference there. There was mostly tattoos that were, you know, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 years old, 10 years old here and there. And then you had like the 50-year-old healed tattoo. So it was very interesting to see both spectrums there. And there's a lot of different styles there as well. So I had a lot of fun looking at this. And of course, like I was saying, everyone's tattoos heal differently. There's a lot of factors that go into how tattoos age as well. So we always have to take that into account as well. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you all stay safe and well. And until my next video, bye.